So I'm here today with the first card in my series of tutorials for cards which will fit into a 6x6 envelope. So today's looks just like a normal card, but you can see it doesn't open normally. It's a wiper card. So as you pull it, you will get a surprise popping up. Okay, so this now will be taking advantage of the topper sheet. You'll need 2 pieces of cardstock, a topper, and some of your scrap pieces of paper. So if you gather them, and I'll see you in the tutorial. So for this card, I wanted to make one which would utilize these large photo mats, you might call them, but these images which Stamperia do. Sometimes you get 6, so they're 6x4s, but this time we've got 4 6x6 images. I've also got my piece which is left over from the pop-up box, and I've cut out one of the really large fountain pens from the back cover, and I've got 2 pieces of cardstock, and I've also cut out this hand, but this hand then could be one of the sentiments or anything you want, but I'll come to that later on. So to begin, I'm going to cut my A4 card. So I'm going to cut both of these the same, and I need to open it up. I'm going to cut it at, okay, doing both at the same time. Let's go for it. 5 3/4. This way I'm guaranteed they're going to be the same size. Yep, 5 3/4 by 8 1/4. So these are the 2 pieces I want, and keep this. I want that for the hand later on. I'm going to bring in my scoreboard. So I'm going to score these both exactly the same. So I'm going to score them at 1 1/4 and 2 1/2. So that should leave me with a 5 3/4 square there, which is going to be my card front. So again, 1 1/4 and 2 1/2. I'm now going to get one of those pieces I had left over, and I'm going to cut the mechanism piece. So the mechanism piece is going to be 1 1/4. So that's going to be the same thickness as your spine of your card, and then double it, so it's going to be 2 1/2 tall. So the way I do my mechanism is, whatever the gap here is, that's the width of my mechanism, and then I just double the width to give me the height. So then, on my scoreboard, I'm just going to mark 1 1/4, which is my halfway point. And I'm going to take it, and I want to score a triangle from that halfway point down to that corner. So I'm just going to line it on the last one. There's the corner. And I've lined up the score line. And I've scored it. You can see it there. And then I'm just going to fold that backwards. I'm going to take my Teflon bone folder so it doesn't leave any black marks. And that would be your mechanism. So the main cards then, this is the front, so it's going to go back. and open like a Z. Okay. And then the other one, exactly the same. Another Z, but what I'm going to do is turn it around and it's going to go on there. So that's how your card will open. So obviously I want to put my mechanism in. So I'm going to put some tape, which will keep it in place for now. But because it's going to take a lot of playing, I'm going to put some glue just for strength. And we're going to glue this so the score line meets the top of the card, and glue it down there. So what will happen now is, when you shut your card, we're going to train this to fold in that way. So when you open your card, it'll pop up. But for that to work, you need to attach your other one. So I'm going to put some tape down. I'm going to add some glue as well. 1 for strength, but 2, it'll just give me a little moment of maneuverability. So if it doesn't go down straight, I can have another go. So I know black on black isn't the easiest to see. I'm just lining up those 2 corners. And then the same. With this side. Okay, so our black piece is sticking up right now, but once we close it, the first few times just work it in. And that's where you'll see the wiper part come into its own. So now let's start to decorate it. So I'm going to choose which one of these I want. Now, I am going to have this hand come up on my thing, so I think that might be too much. So I think I'll go for this one. So I'm going to get rid of the cream from the outside. And this is great because you can get 4 of these cards out of this sheet. And as you can see, it's going to fit there. If you want more of the black border, let's just trim it a little bit. So our card front was 5 3/4. So I might take this down to 5 1/2 square. So I'll have to take a bit off each side just so it looks even. So now this topper is now 5 1/2 square. Let's just get rid of the white core edge. Okay. And just glue onto the front. And then this piece I had left over from another card, I'm going to use that to mat and layer these two sides. So these were 1 1/4 inches. So I'm going to go down 1/4 inch. So they're going to be 1 inch strips. And the height of the card was 5.5. So the height of the card was 5 3/4. So I'm cutting these at 5.5. I need a little bit more of the ink. So let's bring in the card. So let's place this down the middle. Let's wipe away that glue. And the other one. I like how the pattern continues there. Let's get my tool to finish it down. Okay, so here on your wiper, what you can do is cut a strip 1 1/4 tall, and you can stick it like a banner there, and then you can have a sentiment coming up. So you could choose one of these and you could have that pop up. So I miss you, the love letter would fit. Okay, what you want to make sure is it's not too long, that it catches as it goes in. So keep it nice and short. So those three would have worked nicely. But what I've decided to go for is the hand. Now that piece of card was a bit small, so I'll go for this one. But it's going to be a bit weak on its own, so I'm actually going to back this onto the black, just for strength. And I'm just going to fussy cut around, leaving a thin black border. Sorry about that, but whilst I was answering the door to the postman, who never usually comes that early in the morning, I did manage to finish fussy cutting, so it did save you watching me cut out. And as you can see, the black border all around just finishes it off and ties it in with the card. So I'm going to now attach that to my mechanism. Now when you're choosing what to put onto your mechanism, the things you've got to consider is not too wide, and also you don't want to go in below the top of your card either. Otherwise, what will happen is when the card closes, it's going to knock into here. So it needs to be above the top of the card and not too wide. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have it, let's have a look, about there. I'm just going to draw around it and grab my scissors. And I'm just going to cut away that excess piece. And now, if it's going to go there, I don't want glue anywhere else. So I'm going to just mark off and stick on my hand. I probably should have put some tape on it to hold it for now so I can show you the mechanism. I think I'll just get away with it. Yeah. So there we have it. Our wiper card using the topper sheet and just a piece of the ephemera and a hand popping up. Right. Oh, right. I did forget, I still got the fountain pen, which I can add in. So let's just cut that. And it's good, just giving that hand a bit of a chance to dry. Let's take that up the edge just to finish off back. So then that's all I had to do is cut another piece of card, a white piece of card or cream, same size as the front, stick on the back for writing your message or greeting. And there we have it. A bit of fun, just tease it inside. A fun card with a bit of movement and can be easily adapted as well. So why not give it a go? And if you do, please share with me in my Facebook group. So just go to Facebook and type in Paper Crafting with Paul, and then you can share your version in there. I'll add a link to the bottom for the group and the dimensions. Remember to visit Intercraft too, where I got the papers at a really, really good price. Thanks for watching and see you again soon.